Here we go, guys. Let's do the 2011 AL East predictions. What's going to happen? Who's going to be number one and who's going to be last? Were the trades by the Red Sox and the free agent moves by the Red Sox a good or bad move? Did that make enough to make them champions? Were the Yankees' horrible offseason effective enough? Can the team be first? Did the Rays choke themselves to death? Well, let's find out. Yes, the AL East spent the most money this year, by far, out of any player. They spent the most. Between Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera re-signing to the Yankees, as well as Adrian Gonzalez and Carl Crawford re-signing over there, the AL East was a very expensive year. Don't forget about the Blue Jays. Don't forget about the Orioles, too. They had a very good year for free agency. Their lineup got stacked, but their pitching staff, not so well. So let's start off with number 5. 5th place, in other words. The Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays actually did not have a bad offseason, if you think about it. They cut payroll. A payroll that was being strangled by Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells got traded over to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I hate saying that. I wish it was the Anaheim Angels. That was a way easier thing to say, but continue on. They traded him over there, and they got some decent young players. They got Napoli, who's a great catcher. His defense is not as good as Matthews, which is why he got traded. His power numbers were 26 home runs last year, which is a massive upgrade over Buck. But what about the outfield position? Well, they got Juan Rivera, an ex-Yankee, an ex-Yankee farm system guy. His first home run was off Randy Johnson, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing his first home run, and I'm pretty sure it was off Randy Johnson when he was at the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's not bad for a kid that hit off one of the best players at his time. And Juan Rivera got kicked off by the Yankees, and the Yankees at that time in the mid 2000s, and they traded the young players, and it kind of hurt them. But let's start off with number 4. 4 and 3 are going to be a tie. I do not know who's going to be in 4th or 3rd place. I know you can't have a tie for that position, but I'm going to have to say the Baltimore Orioles offense is just ridiculous. But their pitching staff sucks. It really, really does. With the signing of Reynolds, who was an NL home run king, I think it was, a couple years back. I think it was 2 years back. He had 50 or 46 or 54 home run. I don't remember. He had a ridiculous home run number. And he came out of nowhere. Last year he batted 198, and I think it was like 36 or 37 home runs. And he really doesn't have a contact bat. It's hit or miss. It's a home run or it's a strikeout. And that's something they actually need. They actually need that power bat, but I bet they wish he hit. If he hits 250, they'll be psyched. And that's a good deal. They also got Lee, the first baseman from the Braves, an ex-Florida Marlin. They brought him over. If Lee's healthy, they're gonna have a great first baseman again. The guy was a 2020 guy, so hopefully he won't be stealing 20 bases. Maybe he steals 10. He hits 25 home runs, and that's 270. It's a major upgrade. Second base, you have Roberts. Shortstop, Matt's behind the plate, and Matt's going to be a young, great guy if he acts a little bit better, hits better. He's not going to be no Joe Mauer, which everybody was expecting. You have Adam Jones in the outfield, and he is fucking phenomenal. The right fielder's good, the left fielder, you have Scott. It doesn't really matter. The team is going to be a 3rd place team. It's going to be a 4th or 3rd place team, but the pitching staff's probably going to hold them to 4th place, which leads me to 3rd place. The Rays are going to switch with the Red Sox. Most likely. The Rays are going to switch. They're going to swap positions. Blew my number 1, but Rays, you got rid of Pena. You got rid of Garza, your best pitcher, in my belief. You also got rid of another major. My shoulders look weird in this, but whatever. You got rid of Carl Crawford, your franchise leader, and almost everything. But well, and you got rid of Barrett too. It happens because you're a small market team. People in Tampa, please tell me why you don't go to the games. I loved going to them. When I'm down in Tampa to visit my grandma and grandpa, I had to beg to go to a Tampa game. I went to see the Yankees there, and they won overtime. They won in extra innings. Derek Jeter hit a double off the wall or something like that. I was happy. Let's go. You guys got rid of too much. You still have a good pitching staff. Young, very young team. You guys are going to be good again in another year or so. Don't worry. You did get Manny and you did get Damon, which, God help you. They're both psychotic. They're just... Damon's the nicer one. He's calm. He's a partier. He's a very respectable guy. I remember his Jesus haircut. Best baseball haircut of all time. Manny being Manny. Bring the Mannywood sign over and you guys will maybe sell a couple thousand more tickets, but who knows. Second place. Cashman, you did all right. You did sign Rivera. You did sign Jeter back. I really don't like Jeter. I think, and this is my belief, I think he's a cocky player. He's selfish in my opinion. I just don't like his attitude. And I'm going to take a rip being a Yankee fan, but I don't like him. I really don't. I just think Cano's a good... I'd rather have Cano at shortstop. But let's keep going. Who were the Yankees' major free agent signings? You can count Rivera and you can count Jeter if you want to, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to actually look at free agents they actually signed. And one would be, I really don't like it, was Berto Colon. Why, Cashman? What the fuck were you thinking? You're a good GM, but sometimes you make stupid deals, and this was one of those stupid deals, man. You could have got Dozier, and I think you should go after him still. He would be a good fourth starter. You could put Berto Colon in the long relief role or as a number 5 starter, depending on what you want to do. Now, a deal I really like, and I really liked it. There was 2 of them. The Mark Prior deal and the Russell Martin deal. Russell Martin's going to be a good catcher for the Yankees. He is going to give the rookies... You have 3 rookie catchers that have... You have Jose Montero. You have, I think his name's Ramond. And there's another guy down there, too. Ramon's supposed to be the overall better catcher, but the power in Jose or Jesus or whatever you want to call him is just phenomenal. And that's why the Yankees want him. As a defender, he's not that great, but Ronald's supposed to be the overall better catcher. Don't forget, you also have Cervelli at the end of it. You know, he's good. He's a good backup, and I like him. You have Posada as well. Yankees are stacked catchers. And Russell Martin is cheap, and it's a win. It's basically a win. It's a win-win. He's cheap, so you don't pay him money, and if he produces, holy shit, you got a good catcher. If this is Russell Martin of old, Mark Prior. If Mark Prior to be anything like he was in Chicago, even the slightest bit in his down years, I would take him. I know he's not going to be a starter. He's going to be a middle relief guy, which is awesome. He's going to be Kerry Wood. And the Yankees did get Rafael Soriano. He is going to be a great setup man. The Yankees have not had a good setup man. Long-term setup man. I'm not talking about Kerry Wood now. Kerry Wood was perfect. But they have not had a long setup man since... Who? Our own Mariano Rivera when he used to set up John Wetland. Yankees will finish second. They do not have a pitching staff. It's CC Sabathia, Phil Hughes. Also, it is, as well, going to be AJ Burnett. Andy Pettit's not returning, people. And neither is... And you're going to have Nova as your 5th starter and Berto Colon as your 4th starter unless Andy returns, and I really don't think he's gonna. If they sign Dozier, you have Berto Colon, and then you also have Dozier. Or you can switch Colon and Nova. It doesn't bother me. The Yankees lineup will be always the best in baseball, but their pitching will always make them bad. That's why the Yankees will be second in the division. And will win the wild card. In probably about 95 games. The Red Sox. Jesus Christ, guys. You guys always made fun of us for spending money. Look who you guys went out there and got. I know this is trying to repeat the Yankees' 2009 signing, the signing of AJ Burnett, CC Sabathia and Mark Teixeira, which you guys did pretty well, but you did not pick up a pitcher, because you don't need it. You picked up Adrian Gonzalez, who I feel is going to be a way better first baseman than Mark Teixeira. The power that he had out in San Diego was ridiculous. Hitting 35 to 40 home runs a year, he was one of the best first basemen out there. He's always my first fantasy baseball guy. Now with the Red Sox, he has a chance to be an MVP of the AL. With the power in the lineup and people in front of him, watch out. Carl Crawford. Wow. I really thought the Yankees might have had a chance of signing him. I did not know why, because we have Brett Gardner, and I love Brett Gardner. I think speed in the outfield is the best. But congratulations, you changed the Yankees' mind and fucked them over. That was your opinion. You did not want to do this, but you fucked us. You did not want to probably get him as much as you wanted it to. You wanted to suffer the Yankees and not to get Cliff Lee, and that's what you did. It was between the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers, which made Lee go to the Phillies, I think, and cost the Yankees probably number one spot in my slot for baseball this year. Red Sox, your pitching staff is ridiculous. You do have John Lester, Josh Beckett, John Lackey, Clay Buchholz, and Matsuzaka. You guys will be good. You guys will probably win 100 games, over 100 games if you guys are healthy. But playoff experience is always the key. And you got to remember, if Youkilis ain't healthy, Red Sox aren't that good. If Varitek doesn't produce, you guys aren't that good. The Yankees on offense have depth. You guys really don't. Your backup first baseman is who? David Ortiz. If David Ortiz is decent, you have a good team. I think it all relies on your backups. Your outfielders, you have J.D. Drew. J.D. Drew is getting old. Cameron's old. Who knows? This year will be the Red Sox. Wait for next year and see who signs. And if the Yankees sign one pitcher and they only have to give up Jabba Chamberlain and maybe they give up somebody else, and rumor has it that Felix Hernandez is something Cashman was looking at. If this team right here does not do well this year, look at them interested in getting rid of the Seattle American icon King Flex. And the Yankees will be knocking on that door. If the Yankees knock on that door and they get him, and they give up Jabba and a couple of other guys, and I would give up Noah for him. I wouldn't give up Phil Hughes. The Yankees are the best team in the AL East, by far. This is Flyboy 516 reporting the AL East preview. Red Sox 1, Yankees 2, or Rays number 3. The Orioles are number 4, and number 5 is the Toronto Blue Jays. I will be gone for the weekend. I will be making a video on Monday, and it'll probably be a Super Bowl or the AL Central. Have a good day. I'm going to be in Rhode Island for the weekend for my great-grandma's 90th birthday. Please post anything you'd like or suggestions that you would like. And I'm trying to get one of my friends to be the hockey guy, the hockey girl. So, interested? For a hockey person? Maybe football? I'm going to be doing football, and I'm going to hopefully get another guy to do baseball with me so you just don't have to hear me. So have a nice night. Be safe. Have a good weekend.